Hi, I'm Mike. One of the most interesting things about making videos for you is seeing how people perceive us as YouTube creators. How much do you make on YouTube? Do you make anything on YouTube? And how do you make money on YouTube? Those are some of the questions that we get constantly. So I figured it's probably time to bring you in the fold for a sneak peek into the dollar signs, not of the ranch, but of our Wyoming life. Hi there, and welcome back. And those of you who don't know me, my name is Mike. I'm a first-generation rancher here in Northeast Wyoming. My plan was to make the video like this when we hit 100,000 subscribers, actually showing you how much money a channel with 100,000 subscribers makes on YouTube. Now, I don't think it's a big secret. In fact, you can go to many websites like socialblade.com and look up any YouTube channel and get a general estimate of how much they make per day, per month, and even in a year. I didn't get that video done, but somebody else did, who has absolutely no tie to Our Wyoming Life, and they decided that they should make a video instead. In a video that lasts a little over 3 minutes and 30 seconds or so, this creator determined that we make $30,000 per month and over $202,000 per year. When that video was brought to our attention and I watched it, well, I about choked. I don't know how this guy came up with half his numbers, but I was reminded of a saying I heard once. Something like, if you don't tell your story, somebody else will. And with our current videos about changing how we're selling calves and how we're managing the ranch, the perception that we're making money hand over fist doesn't help. I've gotten hate mail, mean, horrible, nasty comments, and again, I'm brought right back to my original idea of sharing how we make money on YouTube, how much your view is worth, and taking a look at why we do it and what we gain from it. Like I said, I'm a first-generation rancher here in Northeast Wyoming. In fact, I wasn't even born into ranching. My wife, Erin, and I moved here after her stepfather became ill to help him and my mother-in-law, Rita, run his family ranch. That ranch has been in operation for over 100 years, and my father-in-law, Gilbert, has since passed away. And what started as a few months of helping out family has become a life for Erin and I. We're raising our 3 kids right here on the ranch. And up until just a couple years ago, the whole ranch, well, the ranch was our whole lives. Erin was always active in farmers markets, and we grew and sold thousands of pounds of veggies each weekend. We also sold beef and pork that was raised right here on the ranch. In December of 2016, we had the idea to advertise our farmers market business with video. For Christmas that year, I got a GoPro, and I started making a video about feeding the cows in the winter. Feeding those cows eventually put food on people's plates, so we thought we'd start there. Plus, there really wasn't much else going on in January, and by the end of the month of January 2017, I was ready to upload my video. It was a 4.5 minute long video, simply called Feeding the Cows. We uploaded that video. It was posted to a few other places online, and by the next morning, we had 25,000 views and 1,500 subscribers. It was at that point that Erin and I figured we had a channel, but one much different than we intended. We had subscribers from all over the world, and we had a chance to tell our story. Little did we know the work that would have to go into it. So as we take a look at that very first video, and I can show you right here on the computer, when we go into this little program, it's called the YouTube Studio. Inside the YouTube Studio, we can look at pretty much all the stats that we have as a channel. We take a look at our video manager here, and this keeps track of all the videos that we have ever posted here on YouTube. I think it's 407, I think, if I remember right. We can go and search videos here, and we will go to feeding the cows. All right, so there's our very first video. Feeding the Cows came out January 22nd, 2017, 2:09 p.m. and has 48,387 views. 1,000, a little bit over 1,000 thumbs up, 13 thumbs down, and 105 comments. Now we can look at this video and pull it up in analytics, I think. So this is our analytics over the last 28 days on this video. Obviously this video came out a long time ago, so not very many people are watching it anymore, but we can look and see how many people are watching it each day. 13 on Wednesday, 12 on Thursday, 15 on Friday. But if we look at the lifetime of this video, this is where things get interesting, because this video has had 48,000 views and has made us $49.17. So you'd think that a video that's been out since the very beginning would have been more of an earner for us. After all, it took me an entire month to make that video. I don't know how many hours I had into it, but that's the funny part about YouTube. Usually what you think is wrong. At least that's what I've found. When people find out that we have a YouTube channel, the first question they usually ask is, how many subscribers do you have? Your number of subscribers seems to be the benchmark in gauging your success on YouTube. But when it comes down to it, YouTube doesn't care about the number of subscribers you have. YouTube cares about advertising. It's how they make their money, and it's how we make ours. Those commercials you see playing in front of or behind or during our videos are placed there by YouTube. They sell advertising on our channel. And when you watch part or all of that advertisement, YouTube makes money from the advertiser. If you skip it, then the advertiser doesn't pay for that ad, and YouTube makes nothing. So how does that affect us? Well, when you watch all or part of that ad, YouTube splits the money the advertiser is paying for you to see that ad with us. It's actually a 45-55% split. That gives us an incentive to keep making videos for YouTube, and they continue to sell the ads on those videos. In the case of our most popular video, The Cost of Ranching, oddly enough, you can see that over the entire lifetime of the video, that video has paid us $2,131.88. That video was released in December of 2017. So for almost 2 years and 600,000 views, YouTube has been able to sell advertising on that video. In fact, if you look at it another way, YouTube's been paying us $88 per month for the use of the video and the ability to allow advertisers to put ads on it. How YouTube figures out how much to pay us is based on the performance of our channel. How long people watch, how long they stay on the channel, that stuff makes a big difference to YouTube. Those numbers drive up statistics that they call the CPM, or the cost per mil, or cost per thousand. This dollar amount dictates how much you get paid, but it's a bit tricky and people get confused by it. CPM is the estimated revenue per 1,000 playbacks, but not just plays. They are the video plays where people watch the ad, or ads that YouTube puts in your video. So if we look at the cost of ranching once again, we made $2,131 off of it. Our average CPM is $7.30, of which YouTube gets 45%, we get 55%. So for every 1,000 people that saw the ad during that video, we made about $4. Your view, if you're one of the people who might just have watched that ad, is worth 4 1,000ths of a penny. Another interesting thing about YouTube is the 80-20 rule, which pretty much states that 80% of your revenue comes from 20% of your videos. Just like how the video that started it all, feeding the cows, has made us only $50 over almost 3 years. But the video of last year, that when we sold the cows, that video has made almost $2,000 in just over a year. The perception is, however, that if you have a YouTube channel with thousands or hundreds of thousands of subscribers, you're making bank. But the truth is, we're only now coming into a place on YouTube where it's beginning to make money for us. Over the last 3 years on YouTube, it's been a process of growing and learning. And if we look at our first year on YouTube, we see that the entire year, Our Wyoming Life made $1,868. In that same year, we created 85 videos, each one averaging 8 hours filming and editing time, giving us an hourly wage of $2.87 for an entire year. The following year, 2018, things got better. We grew in subscribers, gaining almost 60,000, but the workload did increase a little bit. We made 122 videos in 2018. Our Wyoming Life made $24,000 from YouTube that year. Unfortunately, all of that went into buying hay for the ranch, as we were in drought, and we never would have made it through the winter without it. To this point, YouTube has paid Our Wyoming Life almost $50,000, averaging $16,000 per year of work put into it. With what I figure is a full-time job at this point, I'm making about $8.60 an hour before taxes. A little less than the $202,000 that some people have claimed that we made just over the last year. Another thing that does come into play are sponsorships for some channels, of which we've never made a dime from. Our partners, like BCS and AeroQuip, we carefully choose them because they want to help producers, not just sell to them. But here's the funny thing. It's not about money. Our Wyoming Life has allowed Erin and I to keep the ranch for another year. We've been able to create a farm store right here on the ranch that allows people to shop locally and buy fresh produce more conveniently than ever. Erin's been able to start a nonprofit to help feed those that need food more than ever. And it allows us to be proponents for agriculture and affords us opportunities to get our message out there to those that might just need to hear it by speaking at events and trade shows. We've been able to create a website that allows people to take home a piece of the ranch, or just sit and watch the webcam and stare out over the plains. I tell you what, even if YouTube didn't pay me a dime, I'd still make videos. Although I'd have to do a lot of editing during my break time at McDonald's.
Thank you. Drive through.
So that's it. How much is your view worth? How do we make money? And how much do we make? But it's not about that for us. It's about an email that I get occasionally where someone thanks us for reaching out there, for showing people, the people behind where your food comes from, and taking a risk. Just like this video, I said that I wanted to put it out when we hit 100,000 subscribers. But I know why I didn't. And that's because, well, I was afraid to take that step out on that ledge. Then I got pushed out onto it by somebody who wanted to make more money by pretending to know something that was really none of their business. But hey, I can't take down his video, so all I can do is tell the truth and hope it makes sense. Outside, the snow is blowing. It's ridiculously cold tonight. But here over the next few days, I hope you're able to continue along with us. We have a lot coming up as we get back to calves this week. We start sorting them into the weaning corrals, coming up with a feeding program for them to help them put on some weight. And I mentioned it earlier, but we have a video on the way all about Erin's new nonprofit and how you can help. Don't worry, it's easy, won't cost a thing, but it can help feed hundreds, if not thousands. That's it for me tonight. I hope you better understand now how YouTube works, how creators get paid, and I really hope I didn't make a total of myself. Have a great week, and thanks for joining us in our Wyoming Life.